So, good day everyone. Good day ABM and STEM. So, today we'll discuss another lesson about media and information languages. So, this lesson actually focuses on understanding how language works within media and information. So when we talk about media information languages, we refer to how messages are constructed and communicated through different media platforms like the TV shows, the advertisements, the films, or the social media posts. And each of these has its own language or set of signs that help us understand its meaning. So, for example, a commercial might use the bright colors, happy music, and smiling faces to convey a positive message about a product. So, this language helps the audience or us, the audience or viewers, feel good and more likely to buy it. So, as we go through this topic, so think of language not only as words but as the overall way meaning is communicated in media, and that is our lesson for today about media information language. So but before we proceed to this media information languages, so let's define first what is language. Again, so when we say language class, it is all about a system of arbitrary vocal symbols that allow people in different culture or other people to communicate and interact. So again, when we say language, it is or it talks about the system of symbols, often words or sounds, that people use to communicate or that people use to communicate. So it is how we express ideas, emotions, and information. Like for example or for instance, in different cultures, tama ko, diba? People use different words or gestures, but the purpose is the same. Even though they are using different words or gestures, but the main goal or the main purpose is actually the same. Okay? So, the goal and the purpose is to understand and connect with each other. So, in the context of media, language is actually not just all about spoken or written words. So, these may include visuals, sounds, and movements. Okay? So now, how do you define language, or how do you define language and media? So how do we define language and media? So when we talk about language and media class, remember, we mean how media producers, like the filmmakers, the advertisers, the journalists use symbols and techniques to create meaning. So it's all about how they shape messages so the audience can interpret them in a specific way. Like for instance, a news program uses a formal tone, structured sentences, and professional attire to show credibility. Meanwhile, a vlog uses casual speech or casual language and humor to appear relatable to their targeted audience or to their targeted viewers. So these are the different media language, or what we call the media languages, and understanding them to help us decode the true intention behind what we see and heard on a certain medium. Okay, so next one is the media language. Again, so when we say media language class, it's all about the notes how media producers make meaning about a certain medium, like the advertisement, the TV show, the film, and etc. they are producing, and how they transfer that meaning to their target audience. And usually in media language, we do have the codes, the conventions, the formats, and narrative structures that indicate the meaning of a message to an audience. Again, when we say media language class, it consists of codes, conventions, formats, and narrative structures that help us, the audiences or the viewers, interpret meaning. These are like the grammar rules for media, wherein we do follow, or so we need to follow guidelines that tells us how to understand a film, ad, or a TV shows. Like for instance, diba, when a horror film uses eerie music and dim lighting, so as viewers or as audiences, diba, we instantly feel suspense That's because our brains have learned to associate those elements with fear. So, in the context of media language, it works the same as well. It gives us clues we can understand, so that we can understand what's happening and how to feel about it. Okay, that is media language. Now, let us proceed on the interpretation of media language. So, in the interpretation of media language, we have two ways to interpret the media language, and these are the denotative meaning and the connotative meaning. For sure, you have already an idea what does denotative and connotative meaning. So again, when I say denotative meaning, it is all about the it's all about the literal meaning of the media text. It is what we directly see or read from different resources, specifically sa mga dictionary. While on the other hand, when we say connotative meaning, we have different or various interpretations that text suggests to the audience, which are often associated with their culture, values, beliefs, and etc. Kung sa ating denotative meaning, we are talking literally about the direct meaning of the media text. Sa ating connotative meaning class, it is more deeper. So, we need to use our critical thinking, and usually it depends on the culture, the emotion, the experiences of an individual. Like for instance, this one. So, a word rose, or the concept of rose, diba? For the denotative meaning, diba, when I say rose, for the denotative meaning, we usually define it as the type of flowering plant that belongs to genus Rosa. While on the other hand, kapag sinabi ng connotative meaning class, as you can see, so the connotative meaning, we can have different meaning or definition for the word rose. So again, kapag sa connotative meaning class, it depends on your experiences, on your culture, and also your emotions and beliefs. So as you can see, we have here different interpretation or meaning for the word rose, which may include the love. Rose symbolizes love, romance, beauty, or even secrecy. Now, let us proceed to the media code. So, when we say media code class, as you can see, these are the tools that is used to suggest or make meaning that commonly have an established meaning, denotation, or connotation to the target audience. So, again, when we say media codes class, these are the tools or signs used to suggest meaning. So, they can be either visual, written, or audio elements that convey a specific meaning or messages to their targeted viewers or audience. So these codes often have established meanings that audience can easily recognize. Like for example, a red heart emoji in social media. So what do you mean, or what do you think is the symbolizes of the heart emoji or red heart emoji in social media? Diba? Sometimes we can say that it signifies love or affection. So in movies naman, like for example, the slow motion, diba? Some people might think that it symbolizes importance in a drama or a film. And actually, these written codes or these media codes help us make the message more engaging and meaningful to the audience. Para po mas meaningful and engaging po yung panonood, yung viewing ng mga readers or ng mga viewers or ng kanilang mga audience. So the next one is and now let us proceed sa mga different examples or types of media codes. As you can see, we have here the different types of media codes. The first one is the symbolic codes. The second one is the technical codes. And the third one is the written code. So let's have first the symbolic code, since it is stated as the first type of the symbolic codes. So symbolic codes class, as you can see, based from this given definition, it is usually based solely on the audience. So when you say the meaning of the product is not based on the product itself, but on the interpretation of the audience. So meaning to say, when we say symbolic codes class, it usually focuses on what's inside the frame. So things that represent something beyond their literal meaning. So we may include the setting. Ayan. We may, under the symbolic codes, we may include the setting. So when we say setting, it refers to the time and place of the narrative or a specific scene. Again, I know you are already familiar with setting, am I right? So when we say setting class, it is all about, it refers to where and when the story or scene takes place. So it is not just a backdrop in a movie or a film on a certain medium platform, because settings actually somehow helps the audience or the viewers understand the time period, the social context, and the and also the atmosphere of that certain content on that certain medium. So the setting sometimes gives us visual and emotional clues that tells us what to expect in a story. So that's it. The second example of the symbolic code is the color. So the color is actually one of the most powerful symbolic codes sa ating media or sa ating mga different media platforms, because it instantly affects our emotions and moods. And I believe that each color inserted or used on a certain work, like sa mga films and movies, carries a cultural or psychological meanings. Like for example, diba, the red color. So the red color on a certain work, like sa films and movies, it symbolizes passion, love, or danger. Okay, the next one is the mise en scene. So when we say mise en scene class, from it is actually originated from a French term that means everything within a frame. So this includes the props, the costumes, the lightings, the set designs, and the arrangements of elements in a single shot. Okay, so that is mise en scene. So like for example, so to further understand what does mise en scene means, so like for example, diba, if a character's room is full of trophies and certificates, so it tells us, diba, as viewers or as the audience, that the person is ambitious or accomplished even without any altered dialogue dun sa scene na yun. And that is mise en scene. Okay, so lighting is also important, is also a key part para po sa ating mise en scene. So a bright, high key lighting or chaotic mind or lighting or setup like in sitcoms or comedies gives us a cheerful atmosphere. Yan po yung mga examples at under the mise en scene. Again, when we say mise en scene class, it is actually originated from the French term that means everything within the frame. So lahat po ng mga elements na ginamit on that certain content sa isang media platform is makikita natin in this single shot. Okay, the next one is the acting. Okay, so when we say acting class, it is usually talks about or refers to the portrayal of the actors in creating media products. So acting, in simple terms, it refers to how characters express emotions, attitudes, and relationship through facial expressions. Ayan, they often use facial expressions, the gestures, tone of voice, and body language. So in media content, so when you have a good acting, it usually helps the audience connect emotionally with the characters and understand their internal feelings even without uttering any words. Like for instance, diba, an actor's trembling hands or tear-filled eyes. So what do you mean by that? Diba? It simply shows that the character is showing fear or sadness without any dialogue. Okay? So the next one is the ayan, like example, the language and also the clothing. So sa ating clothing is actually one of the best examples that we can give under the symbolic codes. Diba? Kapag nakasuot yung mga actors ng color red, meaning to say they are in love. While on the other hand, if the characters is wearing, or if the character is wearing white or black, meaning to say they are grieving or mourning. Okay? So the next one is the technical code. So when I say technical codes class, it usually refers to a code specific to a media form or alone. So it includes camera work, editing, audio, and lighting. So when we say technical codes, basically these are the codes that behind the scene techniques wherein it usually used to produce meaning and media. So we may include, so under the technical codes, we may include the camera works like the angle shots, ayan, yung editing, and also the audio and lighting. So here are some examples under the technical codes. We have here the different shots or angle shots po, diba? So, as you can see sa ating first example ng high angle shot, if a certain movie or film is using this kind of shot, so meaning to say there is a villain coming. So meron pong paparating na kalaban. So this one naman, low angle shots, sometimes diba nag-show siya as the superior. Mas superior yung character na pinapakita dito sa ating example. Okay? So the next one is the close-up shots and the extreme close-ups. So the main purpose of utilizing the close-up shots is to show the emotion of the characters. So sa ating close-up shots, we have the close-up shots. Simple, as you can see, pinapakita po yung expression ng mga characters doon po sa isang film or sa isang movie. So doon po sa ating extreme close-up shots as well. So we have here also the lighting. So lighting is also important sa ating mga media platform or sa mga media language natin, kasi nga po 'di ba, media language lighting usually 'di ba, kapag nakita tayo ng ganitong lighting, so we can say that that specific scene is yung character is nasa nasa mapayapang place, peaceful place na po siya, like nasa Devas na po siya. Devas. Okay, next one is the written code. So from the word itself, written code, so usually we often use yung mga printed language and spoken language when it comes to written code. So meaning to say, when we say written codes, we often use written text, or which involves the use of text, captions, or dialogues and media. So this written code is actually help to clarify or to emphasize the meaning of the media text on a certain medium. So for instance, about this one, diba, kapag nakikita natin yung breaking news, meaning to say, mag-i-start na po yung news doon po sa news outlet na pinapanood po na sa mga television. So the second one is the dialogue. So sometimes diba yung mga movies, they are often use subtitles in a movie in order to make it more accessible to a wider audience. So remember, written codes are essential, ensuring that messages are clear and easily understood by everyone. Okay, the next one is the convention. So convention is actually refers to the possible methods in which codes are organized in a structured, organized way. So again, when we say convention class, it refers to the ways codes are arranged or organized to make meaning. So there are three main types for the convention. The first one is the form convention. The second one is the story convention, and the third one is the genre convention. So let's have them one by one. So when we say form convention class, basically we talk about the ways in which the types of media codes are expected to be arranged. So in simple term, when we say form convention, it refers to the expected layout, the design, or the structure of a specific media format. So these conventions guide us, viewers, both the producers, and also the audience, in understanding how information or stories are organized. So in simple terms, they are the format rules that we usually see and use in a certain media types, like how news, movies, radio shows, or social media posts usually follow a familiar pattern. Like for example, diba, in a news report, there is a very distinct structure. It typically starts with the headline in order to catch the attention, then followed by the lead paragraph that summarizes the most important details, which sometimes answer the questions, the WH questions. Then the succeeding parts or the succeeding paragraphs provide additional context about the news, yun report po dun sa news article na yun. So, ayun po yun. So, sa ating mga newspaper, we call it as the inverted pyramid style, wherein we are starting with the most important facts and ending with the least info. Okay? The second one is the story. Ito po, as you can see, yung example na ating form convention. So, usually sa mga film na napunan natin, di ba? Usually, nag-i-start sa mga pag-flash po ng title ng movie, then credits po sa dulo. Okay? The second one is the story convention. So, when we say story convention class, it usually refer to the basic structures of narratives, which involve the narrative structures, the character constructions, and point of view. So, in simple terms, when we say story convention class, it refers to how the narratives or the stories are structured and presented. So, this includes the plot, the characters, the settings, the conflict, the theme, and point of view. So, these are the what we call the storytelling or the storytelling rules that help the audience or us, the audience and the viewers, make sense of the events on based on what we see or read. So, usually, most of the stories na binabasa natin, whether in book, films, or advertisement, they started by including the beginning, the middle, and the end. So, usually, sa ating story convention, we do follow a certain structure, which is the 3-act structure, the beginning, the middle, and the end story. Okay? So, the next one is the genre convention. So when we say genre convention class, it can be formal or thematic and are usually linked to the expectation of the audience. So meaning to say, when we say genre convention, these are actually the recognizable features, the themes, the styles, or the techniques that are typically of a certain type. Like kung anong type of genre siya ng isang media. Wherein this genre convention is actually helpful sa mga audiences in order to identify quickly what kind of experience they are about to have. So whether it's a comedy, a horror, romance, action, documentary, or science fiction. And these conventions include everything from visual style and sound effects to story themes and the character types. Like for instance, diba, kapag nanonood tayo ng mga horror movie, so we expect dark lighting, may mga eerie music. Then, suddenly, meron tayong marinig ng mga loud noises like yung mga pang jump scare. So, usually, yung setting nila is they are using isolated settings like the abandoned place, like mga haunted houses, and diba, the characters also make risky decisions. And these familiar patterns create a suspense and fear kapag na tayo ng mga horror films or movie, and the emotions that the horror fans look for. Diba? Kasi nga po yung ina-expect talaga natin under the genre convention. If you are watching horror movie, so meaning to say you are expecting or you're looking for an intense emotion. So, nakakatakot. Like, unlike naman sa mga romantic movie, diba? We expect soft lighting, yung mga sentimental, yung mga pinapakitang mga background music o yung mga pinapalabas or mga ginagamit na background music for the romantic movie. And this actually the genre convention. Okay, the next one is the media producers, stakeholders, and the audience. So again, so when we say media producers class, so meaning to say, when we say media producers, it actually refers to the people who initiate, plan, and produce media text. So, meaning to say, when we say media producers, they are the people who plan, create, and release media products wherein they understand their target audience and use strategies to attract attention. So, the next one is the stakeholders. So when you say stakeholders, they refer to people, organizations that share the same interest or intention. So when we say a stakeholder class, it could be an individual, a group, or organization with shared interest in the media product, like the companies that sponsor or invest a show or a government agencies that regulate it. And of course, we have here the audience. So audience is actually plays a significant role, or it usually plays a significant element in delivering media text. So meaning to say, audience plays a crucial role since they are the ones who interpret and respond to the media message. So without an audience, media is actually has no response. Okay? So, and that's all for our lesson about media and information. So, good luck on your examination and kayang-kaya niyo yan. Bye!